So we're back with another Steve Jackson's game. This time we're checking out Bill and Ted's Excellent Board Game. For anyone that's a big fan of Bill and Ted's, this is going to be a lot of fun for you. It is a game themed around basically the first movie. So you are running around time trying to pick up historical figures for your assignment. So you've got a pretty interesting looking board. It works like Pac-Man rules. So if you go along one end, you end up on the other side. You have specific token characters for yourselves. So like you represent the time booths, and then you have the knight character, and you have the sheriff character. So these get placed on the board. And then you have tokens that represent the historical figures you're trying to collect. So you would group them up in their stack and stack them randomly. So the reason why there's multiple is because they have different effects. So for instance, there are 3 Lincolns in my hand right now. There's more than 3. But when you collect them, if you can see here, they'll have different actions on the back of them. Like this one has a turn right, go forward. This one has a turn left, go forward. And this one has a reverse, so turn around and go forward. So there's a specific reason for this, and the reason is that these characters not only count as victory points towards the winning of the game, but they also count as movements. So on your turn, you have a deck of cards, and you will play 2 cards in your hand. Everyone will get 2 cards in their hand, and then what you're going to do is you're going to place the cards down in the order you want for your turn. And then on that first round, or the rounds, what's going to happen is multiple people are going to have their cards. So let's just say these 2 is another player. And you would flip over your cards in the order. This one being the first and this being the second. And they would flip over their cards, first and the second. And so you would then first deal with the issue of the initiative order. The lower number gets to go first. So this one here is 32, well, this one's 47, so this player gets to go first. They're going to take their time machine, and they are going to go left and then forward. And that's going to be like their movement for that turn. And if they were to step onto a platform that has, for instance, like Napoleons, they would pick up a Napoleon and they'd put it in their inventory, and then that would be in their hands until the end of their turn. If they succeed keeping the hero or the character in their hand, at the end of the turn, it would flip over, and then they get to add that movement on their next turn. However, when and if they enter into a space with the cowboy and the knight, they will take away characters from their inventory. They will steal their most recent character and place it down on that space with them. If you enter a space with a character, with one of these characters, you will lose a hero. If they enter your space, you will lose a hero. The thing about the card is that the heroes also, I mean, the board knight and the cowboy, they also move on your turn, and they match just the movement on the card. So turning and then moving forward, and so on and so forth. And if that's how they're going to move on the board. And then the next player gets to go, and then once you've resolved these, it's now about resolving this. So this player gets to go for this one because it's 35 and 38, and they'll get to take their action. And the way the game works is that once you've run out of cards, the clock on the deck, you do not reshuffle. The clock of San Dimas has come to conclusion, and it's time for your presentation. And the person with the most of the historical figures in their hand wins the game. So it's pretty, I don't want to say like fast. It's a set clock. So the game won't go on forever, which is nice. And then on top of that, you do get to basically like pretend like you're Bill and Ted collecting heroes from history, which is cool. I think it's a fun and interesting game. I think it's well designed, and I think it's going to really create a lot of fun for players. So if you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit different, but also let's connect to an IP that's interesting to you, you might want to pick up Bill and Ted's excellent board game.